One teenager has been arrested for the shooting here on Cherry Street that injured 6 teenagers. Today, we spoke to a family member of one of the victims about his battle to live.
And it was heartbreaking. It is sad because he's a great kid.
A shooting that sent shockwaves through the scenic city and left Briana Lee's 15-year-old cousin in critical condition.
My first instinct was to pray. My mind was racing. My heart was beating really fast.
A shot in the back that Briana says tore through his body and damaged his internal organs. But she says she ordered him to live.
Absolutely no choice. I told him he has to. He has to come through. So we need him.
As his health improves, we asked for more details, like his name and photos. But Briana says the family wants to keep his identity hidden.
People are scared of retribution, or even their kids or family members being hurt by violent individuals.
The fear of retaliation, an issue Public Safety Officer Troy Rogers understands, but finds frustrating as cases go unsolved.
It's called doing the right thing. It's no such thing as a snitch or a rat.
He says that fear has kept another violent Chattanooga attack, the Grove Street shooting, from being solved, and says more people need to speak up.
If you ever seen a bench clearing brawl, everybody fighting. That's what we need right now in the community. We don't need you on the bench, bro. We need you in the game.
For now, the investigation moves forward, and Briana says her family is grateful.
He is improving every day. God is amazing. We are seeing miracles happen right before our eyes.
And forgiving towards the people who nearly took her cousin's life.
I pray for you. I pray that you get the help that you need. I pray that you understand that that's not the route to go.
In Chattanooga, Sam Pena, News Channel 9.
Now, moments after police announced that arrest, Mayor Tim Kelly outlined a path forward to try and address gun violence in Chattanooga. He says the city will release a 3-part plan in the coming weeks. The mayor's office tells us it includes evidence-based initiatives at individual, community, and government levels to try and protect the city.
So we really have to make sure that people have the tools that they need to practice safe gun ownership, not let those guns fall into the hands of teens or even their own children. And also working to ensure that parents have the resources to know where their kids are at and who their kids are with, and have the awareness of what to do when they run into a situation where they need help.
Let's hear the call and the cry. Let's meet the moment. Let us finally do something.
President Joe Biden there with another push for change following more mass shootings in America. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kim Chapman.
And I'm Latricia Thomas. The president laid out several demands to lawmakers last night. That includes bringing back a ban on selling assault-style weapons and high-capacity magazines. He also proposed strengthening background checks and enacting red flag laws across the nation and repealing immunity to protect gun manufacturers.
We should repeal the liability shield that often protects gun manufacturers from being sued for the death and destruction caused by their weapons. They're the only industry in this country that has that kind of immunity.
The president also says Congress needs to find compromise and, at the very least, raise the age to buy those assault-style weapons, specifically from 18 to 21. Now, lawmakers and local advocates on both sides are reacting to those plans by the president and what it would mean for gun owners.
News Channel 9's Eric Benninghoff heard their concerns and looked closer at some of these proposals. Eric.
Kim, Latricia, another round of tragedies and another call to change gun laws in the U.S. We heard from local leaders, advocates, and lawmakers who shared why they believe these presidential proposals are either essential or misguided. Just 2 of the tragedies marking the latest string of gun violence sweeping the nation.
There are too many other schools, too many other everyday places that have become killing fields, battlefields here in America.
President Biden mourning these losses and calling for sweeping gun reform.
But they ought to let the funeral and the grieving occur before they pursue that agenda. And the reason they don't, I think, is because they want to maximize the emotional impact of the position they're taking.
If we don't do something now, we're just going to be in a perpetual circle of mourning. When will we have a reprieve? When will we have a break to talk about this?
Among Biden's calls for action, banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, or at least raising the age of purchase from 18 to 21, strengthening background checks, enacting safe storage laws, and passing red flag laws to help temporarily remove guns from people posing danger to themselves or others.
The first thought, and this likely permeates all of the topics that he brought up, is the question of federalism and does the federal government even have that jurisdictional authority?
Some of these proposals have already seen action on a state level. Shannon Lawhon, chapter leader for the group Georgia Moms Demand Action, and a gun owner herself, says Biden's proposals, like an assault weapons ban, are about common sense and safety.
These weapons are weapons of war. They're military grade weapons. I don't think that realistically the public needs that kind of firepower.
But director of the Tennessee Firearms Association, John Harris, says the focus should be placed on how to better address mental health issues.
You know, society's got to get back to treating, recognizing, and being willing to deal with mental and emotional health problems.
Biden's seen the gridlock before, but after weeks of heartache, he says he won't give up the fight.
Let's hear the call and the cry. Let's meet the moment. Let us finally do something.
Today is the first day of the Chattanooga Riverbend Festival, and today all eyes are on security with the violence that happened last weekend. We asked organizers what their plans are to keep people safe. They told us they already upped their security before the weekend shooting, so they didn't feel the need to add more. But the city took a step further by collaborating with CPD and the Sheriff's Office in recent days to add more patrols outside the festival and on the water. That's in direct response, a city spokesperson says, to the shooting that hurt 6 teenagers.
Look around, you can see the number of uniformed officers we have. From the moment you arrive at the festival, you got metal detectors to come through. So we're doing everything that we can.
Now, when we arrived to the festival today, here's what we saw as far as security. There's definitely an increase in police presence, as you can see right here. And at the beginning, where there are metal detectors, the executive director of the festival says that usually where there are in place of volunteers, they have been replaced with CPD and security.